It seems that the scientific posture for meditation is as described, and that's the way it's taught in the science of yoga. And all yogis you see that meditate all sit with their spine straight and then have the best posture for meditation. And then when you direct your attention to the point between your eyebrows, when you lift your eyes and focus their attention at the point between the eyebrows, that is the eye mudra for meditation. And the reason for that is when the eyes are postured in that posture, looking at the point between the eyebrows. And the reason for that is that you would like to get behind the darkness of closed eyes. Because the light of the world is just behind the darkness of closed eyes that we read about in the scriptures or in the philosophies, or as reports the saint, seer, and sage of all ages. The mind is dark and black when you close your eyes, but the mind of the seer, or the saint, or the sage, or the developed yogi, all that blackness that you see is dazzling light. That is the light behind the darkness of closed eyes. And when you're able to free yourself from all of your desires, thoughts, worries, and cares, puts it in a phrase that covers it, practically covers everything. But the idea of meditation is that when you practice every day and get yourself used to it, you are able to withdraw through practice the effects of your mind, your agitated mind, or the active mind, and cause it to rest and become quiet and still. And it's not a phenomenon or anything like that. I don't think you would call it a phenomenon. But if you want to see within yourself, or do it as directed by the scriptures, the kingdom of heaven is inside of you, and the kingdom of heaven is at hand, and now is the accepted time, as we're taught in the Christian scriptures. Anytime you can get yourself quiet and still enough, and when your mind is free from stress or from the activity of thinking, well then, when all of that is out of the road, then light shines. Your mind opens up, as it were, it seems to open up, or the darkness vanishes just like the sun rising on a new day, whereas the darkness gone, something like that, and then you can see what's within yourself. It isn't all blackness, all just blackout or something like that. Not if you knew your own mind, the true nature of your own mind, and the possibility of getting into the mind so that you can get into the tenuous states of your own mind. You got to get the disturbing thing, or the bar or the barrier removed, and then you can see, as the saint, seer, or sage, or the yogi sees. So in yoga, the practice of the yogi is to regain control of his own mind. Now, it isn't that he controls the nature of his mind, but he works a way to get the obstacles from out of his mind and free himself from that in order to see what's in his own mind. You see? Like that. You don't need any drugs or any anesthetics. You don't need anything to do that. You couldn't produce the real thing. Don't make it what you did. You'll produce some strain of the mind or something like that, but you won't do nature's way of allowing yourself to see within yourself. unless you do it through the art and science of meditation and through relaxation and inner stillness. And that's a very wonderful way to know that it can be done, is when through relaxation and inner rest. You not only get a tremendous good out of it, but you get health out of it. It's just like a rest between sprints, or like a runner sprints. You can't sprint all the time, you got to stop and rest, and then you can do another one. And like that. So when you're talking about meditation as it should be taught, or it should be looked at, and why you practice meditation and what it'll produce, well then it's an engaging thing. It's a wonderful thing to practice every day.